Hey y'all, so I'm going to be doing some bifacing on some of this hornstone, these hornstone nodules, the flatter pieces and the smaller stuff, and some of the stuff that just kind of makes more sense to biface and get a few small arrowhead flakes or spalls off of. That's kind of what I'm going for here. So I'll be using my my lead-filled copper billet on these smaller pieces. Aren't too awful hard on the tools, so these things have been holding up like tremendously. By the way, Dan Collins recently sponsored me for these tools, and they are magnificent. They're a little bit heavier than the ones you get from the other place, and they're nice. They're really nice. The handle works out well. You know, just that round, the little bit shorter handle. I love them. And I've been putting this thing through the ringers, man, and it's still holding up pretty good. So, although I am going to be bugging him for another set here soon, probably. But they're holding up great, Dan. I really love them. So, here we go. What do we got here? We'll start out with this one. This one here. Like I said, these are just smaller pieces, and oh, and also you can find these at Dan's website, flintnappingtraditions.com. I'll try to remember to put the link in the description. So, all right, guys, here we go. Come around here so you can see me. Oh, here she comes. Here comes Noodle. As soon as she hears that rock break, buddy, it's on. Comes running. Gotta get rid of that cortex. Notice like trying to work right in the edge where that cortex meets that good material. Bit of a punky spot right there in this corner of it. Knew it let go. Hurt it. Okay, now I got rid of that bad spot right there. That was a trick. You guys see that? Flake popped off her backwards. All right. At least I was able to salvage something out of it. Come on. Thank you. That'll work. Do something with that. Okay. This looks like a nice one here. Get those steep angles going right off the back so you can get at least a couple good spalls and flakes. Helps to kind of think that way when you're starting out on these nodules. Get rid of that cortex. Pretty thick stuff. Alright, now it's opened itself up to me. It's a little much for that. Got a little bad spot in the middle. A lot of them do, smaller ones. But like I said, a lot of times you can work those out. I'm going to do that here by chipping down, making a nice steep angle to come back at this thing and try to undercut it. Hopefully it doesn't go all the way through. Take that one first. That'll isolate that area even more. There we go. Got it. Now I got a little bit of a crack coming in from the side right here. Right there. So in that case, probably make, I don't know, let's see. Probably make this my tip since it's reaching in up higher up here. You see right here, it looks like it goes all the way through. Yeah, it took off on me. But still not a bad little biface. Alright, try this one. Might be usable. I thought something else happened there. Gotta get way back up here if I want to get rid of that cortex from this side. This is just preparation to come back this way now. Well, that's the real preparation there. You really steepen that, get in there. Needs to be even steeper. There it went. It's fighting me. Step that one up bad. Lose a little length, come back and get rid of that. That'll work. Alright, see what we can do with a hammer stone here. Woo! That deserves a woo! Man, that's pretty. That is the stuff there. Ooh. Man, that thing has got a concrete spot like right in the center of it. Bummer, dude. That's why I gotta go through them though. Man, look at the color and stripes in that thing. Man, that's pretty. Really soft too. Man, is that whole rock like that? Holy smokes. That is something different there. It's weird. It's real soft, like velvety. Grab my bopper. Let's see what this thing's all about. Like that on this side too. Flakes like a dream. Man, oh man. Holy smokes. That is some really cool looking stuff. Very interesting. And there's a layer of really slick stuff in there. Almost reminds me of Pedernales or something. Really cool. I wonder if I could heat treat that. Almost looks like it could benefit from heat. Supposedly not. Supposed to not be able to heat treat flint or hornstone, but I find it all the time. Whether it was burnt, heated intentionally or unintentionally is another question, but some of it definitely turns red when it is heated. I've seen that in creeks. Some of it turns really dark red. I'm gonna have to sit down and spend some time on that one. That is some really cool looking stuff. Hope you guys can see the color in that. Okay, this is just a spall. It needs, the cortex needs removed off the back side here. That'll work. Cleaned off. All cleaned up. Let's see what this little guy here, this little tater's got to offer. There's a difference in taters and cookies. Taters are a little more round. Cookies are a little bit flatter. Maybe it's good, maybe it's not. It's good, it's good. Man, I love that crack. Little druzy pocket in there. You guys see it? It's almost ready to fall out. There it went. I got it in that flake. I still get something out of that. A little biface. Looks like a piece here's got some issues. Let's see if I can salvage something out of him. Ooh, it's pretty rock. Really pretty. These pieces that have like two different planes, it's sometimes difficult to get one side picked, you know, if that makes any sense. If you got an edge going this way, you need it turned this way. Sometimes that can be a hard thing to do. In this case, I'm just gonna use this to thin this thing down. Bring this down, try to get one back this way. Usually the ancients, if they didn't use them, or you see one they picked up and chipped on and threw back down, there's a pretty good chance there's something wrong with it. I don't know if they could hear the sound or tell by the vibration or what, but they knew, man. I bet I picked up thousands and thousands of pieces that have been test flaked, and they look good. Test flake looks good, the material looks good, but for whatever reason, when they hit that thing, they knew it wasn't no good and threw it back down. Especially with this hornstone. I got a feeling you can tell from the sound. It puzzles me, man. How in the world did they know that thing wasn't no good? It's really cool finding this rock in places like that where there's lots of quarries, just manufacturing sites and stuff. You can actually recognize things that the way I do things, you know, you can see that happening on the flakes and tools and stuff. Start recognizing things, signatures. So that's probably why they threw that one back down. Yeah. Some of them are just no good, no bueno. There's a big old preform. Now this one's probably good. When they take them this far, usually that means they're good. This thing was probably in a cache or got mixed up in a discard pile or something. Almost hate to chip it. I got 3 or 4 big ones over there I've been saving. I'll go ahead and flake this one. Somebody's probably yell at me. Yes, that's a pretty one. We could take a minute and talk about how they left these big ridges. You know, they took these hammerstone flakes, probably, I would assume. knock this thing down. Ready for further reduction. Left me some nice big platforms hanging down there. Steepen them up a little bit. Get one right across there. Man, look at the quality of that. Wow. Woo! Yeah, somebody was saving that for later. I do believe. Look how they've got this one edge here that is a perfect steepness for removing flakes from this side. There we go. Well, it didn't take long to thin that thing out. Funny how that works, huh? Had a lot to do with that side being beveled like that. Look, this side the same way. Got a nice steep bevel all the way down that thing so I can remove them flakes. Making a Dina out of that thing in 5 minutes. Pretty cool. A lot to be learned from these things, working with these old preforms. I do believe. I've got quite a collection of them at this point. I've sold a bunch of them, but not everybody was napping them. Most of the people, most of them went to a person who was collecting them to study. But there's literally thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of these things laying out there in the fields where I'm getting that hornstone. You just fill up 5-gallon buckets full of just preforms. These things. These things here. I think some of these got kind of narrow. They could have been using them for tools or anything else, you know. But there's just tons of this stuff laying out there. Really neat. Alright guys, go ahead and kill this one here. I can't, like I said, get these videos going too long, around 30 minutes is all I can. Otherwise I'm having trouble getting them to upload. So, anyhow, if you guys need any of this hornstone, let me know. You can shoot me an email at bradsarrowheads@gmail.com. And Jeremy, if you watch this by chance, I've still got some hornstone for you from that last deal, that the stuff that wasn't quite sellable. I'd like to send back to you. So let me know, buddy. I need your address. Other than that, have a good day, guys. We'll see ya.